Ancient myths that still control your life. Let's get right into it. Number 1. Wet hair gives you a cold. You step outside with damp hair and immediately get that death glare from your grandma. "You'll catch a cold," she hisses, like she just witnessed you lick a subway pole. It's one of the most persistent myths on Earth, that being cold or having wet hair makes you sick. But let's get one thing clear. Viruses cause colds, not weather, not hair, not your refusal to use a blow dryer. So why do people keep believing it? Probably because colds do happen more in colder months. But that's not because of the cold. It's because people spend more time indoors, breathing in each other's recycled coughs like it's aromatherapy. Your wet hair isn't summoning the flu gods. But you know what might? Touching a doorknob, rubbing your eye, and then eating chips with the same hand. That's the real danger, not the breeze in your bangs. Moral of the story? You're not a sponge. Water on your head doesn't magically soak illness into your bloodstream. Chill. Number 2. Reading in the dark will ruin your eyes. You're in bed, phone brightness down, reading memes at 2 a.m. And somewhere, a parent senses it and screams, "You'll go blind." But unless you're reading by staring directly into the sun or poking your eyes with the book corners, this just isn't true. Reading in low light might cause temporary eye strain. Sure, your eyes might get tired, maybe dry, maybe a little blurry. But permanent damage? Nope. Your retinas are annoyed, not dying. This myth likely came from a time when lighting meant oil lamps and burning whale fat. So yeah, not ideal. But modern screens and e-ink displays, your eyeballs will be just fine. If you blink occasionally and don't scroll for 9 hours straight. So go ahead, read in the dark. Just don't text your ex while you're doing it. That's a decision you'll wish made you blind. Number 3. Sitting too close to the TV will ruin your vision. Ah yes, the ancient crime of childhood. Face 3 inches from the TV screen, hypnotized by cartoons, only to hear, "Back up, you'll go blind." Fun fact, this myth started with TVs in the 1960s that actually did emit higher radiation levels. So yeah, sitting close was once a little sketchy, but modern screens, totally safe. No X-ray eyeball melting. Kids sit close because they can focus better at shorter distances, not because they're planning an ocular apocalypse. And no, it doesn't stretch your pupils or laser etch your corneas. It's just annoying to look at. If anything, the real danger of sitting too close is that someone might trip over you and break a hip. So unless your TV is secretly a microwave, your retinas are safe. Number 4. Eating at night makes you fat. Ah yes, the midnight guilt trip. You're standing in front of the fridge at 11:47 p.m., holding a slice of leftover pizza, and suddenly you hear the echo of every health guru ever. Don't eat after 8 p.m. That turns straight into fat. Spoiler alert, your body doesn't wear a tiny watch. It doesn't suddenly freak out at 8:01 like, "Oh no, food now! Better store it all in the thighs." What matters is what and how much you eat, not when. Your metabolism doesn't shut down at night. It slows a bit during sleep, sure, but it's still working. If you're in a calorie surplus, you'll gain weight whether you eat at noon or midnight. The reason nighttime eating feels more fattening is simple. You're tired, your self-control is napping, and that's when snacks turn into entire pizzas. Also, late-night meals often come with Netflix and zero portion awareness. So eating at night isn't evil, but treating your kitchen like an all-you-can-eat buffet at 2 a.m., that's on you. If your macros are balanced and you're not binging out of boredom, the occasional evening snack won't make your jeans cry. Just maybe don't eat an entire cheesecake in bed. That's more of a life choice issue than a metabolism one. Number 5. Cold showers will give you pneumonia. You take a cold shower, and suddenly someone's clutching pearls, like you just committed high treason. You'll catch pneumonia. First of all, pneumonia is not caused by temperature. It's caused by bacteria, viruses, or fungi. Tiny, invisible party crashers, not cold water. Sure, being cold can suppress your immune system a bit if you're exposed for too long. But standing under a cold shower for 3 minutes? That's not an open invite to lung failure. That's called waking up. In fact, some studies show cold showers can boost circulation, alertness, and maybe even immunity. It's not magical, but it's definitely not deadly. So unless you're showering in Antarctica shirtless for an hour, relax. You're refreshing yourself, not rehearsing for a hospital bed. Number 6. Full moon equals full crazy. It's a full moon. Your dog's barking, your neighbor's yelling, and your Wi-Fi's acting weird. Must be lunar madness, right? Wrong. Despite what centuries of myths and bad horror movies suggest, there is no consistent scientific evidence that full moons cause people to go nuts. No spike in ER visits, no extra werewolf sightings, no mass public howling. The moon does affect tides, but your brain is not a coastal bay. Your hormones don't moonwalk. Your blood doesn't rise and fall like ocean waves. This myth stuck around because weird things do happen sometimes, and full moons are just easy to blame. But the science? It's like, no. So the next time you act weird during a full moon, don't blame lunar gravity, blame your own chaos. Number 7. Waking sleepwalkers will break their brain. Picture this. It's 3 a.m. Your roommate is standing in the kitchen, wearing one shoe and petting a bag of flour. They're sleepwalking. You panic. Don't wake them! They'll have a heart attack or die or explode or something. Reality check. Waking a sleepwalker won't kill them. Yes, they might be confused, disoriented, or maybe even angry. But there's no medical danger in waking them up, unless they're mid-staircase acrobatics. The myth probably comes from how freaky it looks when someone sleepwalks. It's like their body is online, but their brain's still buffering. But you won't trap them between worlds like some psychological horror movie. In fact, in some cases, waking a sleepwalker can prevent accidents, like walking into traffic or cooking eggs with a hairdryer. The real problem is making sure you're safe. A startled sleepwalker might flail, scream, or kung fu kick you into next Tuesday. So if you need to wake one, do it gently, like you're defusing a bomb that mumbles. Or better yet, just guide them back to bed like a confused, pajama-clad Roomba. Sleepwalking is weird. Waking them is fine. The only thing dangerous is letting them operate the blender. Number 8. Your tongue has taste zones. Remember that colorful diagram from school? The one where your tongue is split like a flavor map. Sweet at the tip, bitter at the back, sour on the sides? Yeah, that's a lie. A beautifully illustrated, deliciously misleading lie. Your tongue doesn't have exclusive zones for specific tastes. You can taste sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami pretty much anywhere on the tongue where there are taste buds. And guess what? There are thousands of them all over. The taste map came from a misinterpreted German paper in the early 1900s. Some researcher casually suggested there might be tiny differences in sensitivity across the tongue. Then a textbook illustrator turned that tiny maybe into a full-on infographic masterpiece, and the world just ran with it. So if you've been sticking sour candy to the sides of your tongue like it's a science experiment, congrats, you've been doing theater, not biology. In reality, taste is a complex team effort involving your tongue, your nose, your brain, and possibly your mood, memories, and whether Mercury is in retrograde. So no, the tip of your tongue isn't just for sweet, and the back doesn't hate fun. Your whole mouth is invited to the flavor party. Number 9, you only use 10% of your brain. Ah yes, the favorite myth of motivational speakers and movie plots with limitless potential. You're only using 10% of your brain. Imagine what you could do if you unlocked the rest. Spoiler, you're already using your whole brain. That 10% myth? Totally debunked. Every part of your brain has a function. Whether it's processing sounds, moving muscles, solving math, or reminding you of that embarrassing thing you said 8 years ago. Even when you're doing nothing, your brain is still firing up the default mode network, a system responsible for self-reflection, daydreaming, and wondering what your cat is thinking. The myth probably came from a misinterpretation of neurological studies in the early 1900s. Or maybe someone just really wanted to feel special for using 11%. Either way, don't worry, your brain is doing plenty. If anything, it's overachieving, especially when it's inventing fake arguments while you shower. Number 10, you swallow 8 spiders a year in your sleep. Ah, the bedtime horror story that refuses to die. You swallow 8 spiders a year while sleeping. This myth has been crawling around the internet for decades, and somehow it's stuck, like a cobweb to your brain. But let's exterminate this once and for all. You're not a nightly spider buffet. First off, spiders aren't suicidal. They don't look at your snoring mouth and think, what a cozy Airbnb. They're vibration-sensitive creatures, and your breathing, heartbeat, snoring, and midnight drooling are basically a rave to them. Second, there's zero scientific evidence. No biologist has ever tracked spider corpses inside human stomachs. This stat didn't come from a study. It came from an article about how easily misinformation spreads. Ironically, the author made it up to prove a point. And then, it became the point. Also, if you sleep with your mouth open that often, the spider isn't the concern. You should probably check your sinuses. So relax. The only thing crawling into your mouth at night is nonsense. And maybe the occasional bad dream. But definitely not spiders. Number 11. Hair and nails keep growing after death. Spooky idea, right? You die, and your hair keeps flowing like a haunted shampoo ad. But nope, it's an optical illusion. What actually happens is, your skin dehydrates and shrinks, pulling back from the hair and nails, which makes them look longer. But they're not growing. The body's done. No more keratin production, just, well, decay. So if you ever see a creepy photo of a growing corpse, just remember, it's not biology. It's shrinkage. Number 12. Your blood is blue inside your body. You've seen your veins, bluish lines under the skin. So your blood must be blue until it hits oxygen, right? Wrong. Your blood is always red, just in different shades. It's bright red when oxygen-rich, and darker red when low on oxygen. Veins look blue because of how light scatters through your skin. Not because your blood is secretly a Smurf. There's no such thing as blue blood in humans, unless you're a horseshoe crab. And if you are, why are you watching YouTube? That's all for today. The human brain may be a miracle of evolution, but clearly, it also believes you can absorb fat through midnight snacks and inhale spiders in your sleep. I'll be making more videos like this, busting myths, breaking brains, and ruining dinner conversations. So hit that subscribe button. Unless, of course, you believe doing so at night makes you gain weight.